Hi guys, welcome to javainterviewquestions.com. This is Sandeep. Today we'll see an tutorial on final local variables and how can we apply final keyword to the local variables and the rules regarding some of the final local variables and how to initialize final local variables. So first, what are final local variables? Whenever a final keyword is declared in front of a local variable, we call it as a final local variable. Declaring local variables with final keyword. And as I have said, the final in the previous tutorial, what is final? Final means once the value is assigned to it, we cannot change the value of it. So once the values are assigned to the local final variables, we cannot modify the values. Any attempt to modify the value of final local variables will result in compilation error. The third point conveys the same. Attempting to modify value results in compilation error. Next, final local variables can be initialized at the point of declaration or at the latter point in application or program. Okay, we can initialize the final local variables at the point of declaration or at the latter point in application of the program. Now we'll see the example how to initialize final local variables and what happens if we try to attempt to modify the final local variables. So the first one is public void test. This is the program, this is the method. As everyone of knows what are local variables. Variables which are defined or declared inside a method or block, we call it as an local variables. If you see here, we have three local variables, x, y, z. And the first one, int x equals to 1, it is a non-final variable. And the second one is final int y equals to 2. Okay, as we have said, we can initialize the final variables at 2 points, one at the declaration and at the time of declaration and at the other point, later point in the program. So if you see the second one, final int y equals to 2, from here we cannot change the value of y. From this point we cannot change the value of y. And third one, final int z. That means here we are not initializing this final variable. That means we need to initialize this final variable at some point in the program. We call this as an blank final variables. Blank final variables. We can change once at the latter point, but we can change only the value of this z only once in the program. Now x equals to x plus y. Okay, we are modifying the value of x. This is legal. And coming to the value of z, it is equals to 100. Even this is legal. Why? Because here we haven't initialized this int z value. So we can change the z value once at latter point. So now I am changing the value to z equals to 100. So there is no issue. And the next point is y equals to y plus 2. Sorry, here it is typed as capital Y. This is small y. Y equals to y plus 2. Okay, what we are doing is we are trying to modify the value of y. Here what happens is we'll get the compilation error. Let's copy the same code into the Eclipse workspace and see. So I have a final variable demo, and here I am defining a method public void test, and since it is a comment, I am commenting this, and I have told you I have typed wrongly capital Y, this is small y. Okay, see, all are legal except this y. Why? Because we are trying to modify the value of y after assigning it once. So see the compilation error. The final local variable cannot be assigned. It must be blank and not using a compound assignment. Since we are initializing the value of y at the point of declaration, we cannot change or modify the value since once the value got set it to y. So that is the reason we are getting compilation error. Hope you guys understand what is this final local variables and how to initialize final local variables and the rules regarding the final local variables. Thanks for watching this video. If you like my videos, subscribe to my videos.